Welcome to Clips for You. Today we are going to talk about 10 fun facts about flightless birds. There are more than 10,000 types of bird on the planet, and shockingly there's an enormous number that can't fly. This might sound odd, as apparently a bird's principal method of transport is flying. Notwithstanding, when we contemplate a few types of duck or birds, like the ostrich, this may bode well. The following are 10 realities about birds that you most likely will not find in the sky. Here comes number 1. The biggest classification of flightless birds is the ratites. Ratites are the fundamental classification of bird species that can't fly. It is an assorted gathering with more than 60 unique birds, including the kiwi, ostrich, rhea, emu, and cassowary. Every one of the birds in this gathering can't fly in light of the fact that their breastbones are excessively level. Flightless birds have a diminished measured or no fall on their breastbone. This implies that they can't foster the pectoral muscles expected to fold the wings enough to fly. They likewise will quite often have more modest wing bones when contrasted with birds that can fly. New Zealand is home to the most noteworthy measures of flightless birds. New Zealand has the most types of flightless birds contrasted with some other country on the planet. It is home to the kakapo parrot, kiwis, penguins, and takahe. This is on the grounds that before people showed up on the island, there were not very many, assuming any, land hunters, so the island thrived with flightless birds. The main hunters to the flightless birds were bigger flying birds. Numerous types of flightless birds that would have been found in New Zealand are tragically terminated. Penguins are not part of the ratite family. Penguins are not part of the ratite family since they have grown uniquely in contrast to the ratites. In spite of the fact that penguins are flightless, not normal for ratites, their life systems is like birds that can fly. Penguins have a fall and a comparable breastbone to birds that can fly. So in spite of the fact that their wingspan isn't large enough for them to fly, they have the power there. This is the reason penguins can swim and coast through the water. The two species of flightless teal. The uncommon Auckland teal and the imperiled Campbell teal are the main two flightless teal species. The Campbell teal was first found on the Campbell Islands yet was unfortunately headed to elimination by Norway rodents. Fortunately one more gathering was found on an adjoining island, and the bird was recorded as fundamentally jeopardized. The Auckland teal is frequently mistaken for the earthy colored teal. Nonetheless, it is more modest and flightless. The inaccessible island rail is the smallest flightless bird species. The world's littlest flightless bird is the inaccessible island rail, which is found in the Tristan archipelago in the Atlantic Ocean. A grown-up inaccessible island rail will develop to around 5.1 to 6.1 in, 13 to 15.5 centimeters. Their name comes from the island on which they are found, Inaccessible Island. It is believed that the species has endured so long because of the island having no hunters and it being in a real sense blocked off to people. The inaccessible island rail has normally advanced in its current circumstance, and the deficiency of flight was essential for this. Flightless birds can be fast on the ground. A few animal groups compensate for what they need in terms of trip through their extraordinary ground speed. The quickest running birds are the ostrich and the cassowary. Most think it is the roadrunner. Nonetheless, its maximum velocity is 26 miles per hour, 42 kilometers per hour. Both the cassowary and ostrich have a normal ground speed of around 31 miles per hour, 50 kilometers per hour. The Galapagos Islands are home to the world's just the cormorant that can't fly. The flightless cormorant is the main cormorant species that can't fly. The bird is at times alluded to as the Galapagos cormorant as this is the place where the flightless species was first found. The Galapagos Islands are home to a portion of the world's generally uncommon and extraordinary species, as local creatures have advanced in here and their abnormal ways on this island. It very well may be seen that this species surrendered a flight quite a while in the past, as their wingspan is multiple times less than would be expected to fly. Examination shows that a changed quality in this species has made the wingspan become more modest throughout the long term. The cassowary is the second heaviest bird species on the planet. Despite the fact that cassowaries look ancient, they are a generally new animal types, and there are three various types. The heaviest are the southern cassowary and the northern cassowary. They can weigh between 97 to 103 pounds, 44 to 47 kilograms, making them the second biggest bird species beneath the ostrich. This is unquestionably one of the primary motivations behind why flight is not feasible for this bird. Birds became flightless because of DNA changes. Many examinations have been completed to discover the reason why certain bird species have lost their capacity to fly. Examination recommends that this event has occurred more than millennia. It is imagined that adjustments of DNA, explicitly changes in administrative DNA, are the reason. DNA transformations incorporate complement breastplates and more modest wingspans. A few birds have not expected to fly because of their areas, absence of hunters, and bountiful food sources. It is believed that once a bird is flourishing in its living space and the need to fly is decreased, this turns into a developmental quality that is lost. The kakapo is the world's only flightless parrot. The kakapo parrot is one of New Zealand's regular fortunes and is an imperiled species. This inquisitive animal is regularly alluded to as the owl parrot as it is nighttime. The kakapo is a developed inhabitant and has somewhat enormous feet, and it doesn't fly since its wingspan is excessively little. It is additionally the heaviest parrot species, which is another motivation behind why it would be hard for it to fly, as it doesn't have the style for departure. In general, there are around 16 distinct types of flightless birds that are as yet alive today. Their absence of flight is made up by their ground speed, capacity to swim, and their endurance on the ground. Numerous flightless birds have advanced from birds that could once fly. In any case, they have not expected to do as such any longer, so capacity has been lost over the long haul. The greater part of the world's flightless birds can be found in New Zealand, as the island has practically zero hunters.